Hi there folks, I'm Flurrie. I'm the Chief Accessibility Officer at Microsoft, joining you today here in my office at Microsoft headquarters in Redmond, Seattle. It is sunny. That is a rarity here in the Pacific Northwest, and we're really thrilled to be here and a small part of the ACB National Conference this year, 2023. I'm in my office, I'm wearing a green dress for those, and you see lots of miscellaneous accessibility stuff behind me, including an ability poster on my wall. One of the conferences that is now in its 13th year here at Microsoft that we held earlier in the year in March. Miscellaneous t-shirts. My team is all about t-shirts, and if you ever see a Microsoftie, you'll see they're probably wearing a Microsoft accessibility shirt of some kind. As I said, it's an honor to be with you, to talk about accessibility, and to be a very small part of your very big event. I've had the honor of attending ACB several times, both virtually and in person over the years, and I always learn something that is needed, wanted, or we need to advance on when it comes to accessibility. I've had the privilege of being in this role now for, 7.5 years, and at the company 18. We take that feedback really seriously, and I'm really thrilled at some of the progress, but I would say I'm always impatient about what we need to do going forward. What does that progress mean, and what does my role do? Well, my role, for anyone new to the gang, is really a holistic approach to accessibility. So me and my team here work with the hundreds and thousands of people across Microsoft, the over 220,000 people we have now around the world, many of whom have accessibility as a dedicated or part of their role, to make sure that we embed accessibility into things like Xbox and gaming, Windows, Office, and yes, what you may have heard of a lot in the press this year, AI. What are we focused and prioritized on? Well, a lot of it won't surprise you. We continue to be incredibly laser focused on our core products. That includes Windows. And whether you've tried Narrator, you use Narrator as our embedded screen reader that is free of charge, or you use one of the third parties that is compatible with Windows, so NVDA, JAWS are the most common. Embedding and realizing that experience maintains just one of our core and topmost priorities for the company. We are continuing to give that focus. And I'm thrilled that we've been able to get out of the door some improvements this year, with a lot more still to do. Narrator and Excel got a big boost just a few weeks ago, just to make sure that we're really chugging that one forward. And there's a lot of activity in magnification against some of those embedded features, along with high contrast, and we launched a whole bunch of brand new high contrast filters. We also moved accessibility in Windows 11, and if you haven't updated to Windows 11, I really would recommend it. One of the bits of feedback that many of you said to me actually was, Jenny, accessibility can be hard to find in Windows. And actually we did some research on it, and the shocking result of that research was that ease of access, or ease of use, which was the common term in Windows 10, wasn't actually easy for people to remember. So we changed it to a really complicated word, accessibility, and we put it right there in the start menu. And actually, if you have a Windows 11 device, you'll see that accessibility is now one of the common features in the bottom right hand menu, which is the menu that you click for Wi-Fi. You'll see accessibility in there, so you can quickly turn on any feature that you may need, and quickly turn it off if you don't need it as you're going through. So some of the examples of what this team really does get involved in: Windows, Office, and continue to iterate on screen reading and zoom functions and high contrast and more within Office, and also gaming, which also has its own embedded screen reader, Narrator, which ships over from Windows to Xbox. But the one thing I was really thrilled about that launched in early May was actually Blind Assist in one of our popular driving games called Forza. Forza is created by one of our studios, and they worked with an amazing consultant to realize blind driving. And it's a series of audio features that will allow you to drive around the racing track, the Forza racing track, change gears, know everything and change everything about your car, know the speeds that you're going, brake, which apparently I'm shockingly bad at when I take the ride around the track. Some of these features are coming soon. There's some brilliant YouTube videos, and I really would recommend checking those out because they give a good sense of that experience. And so taking forward the future of gaming, particularly blind low vision gaming, is something we're really silly passionate about, and making sure that there is access to everyone, including the 400 million gamers around the world with disabilities. Windows, Office, gaming. But let's talk about what's really been top of mind in the news this year, which is AI. Now, some of you will know our #1 AI app, which is Seeing AI. For those that don't know about it and you have a fruity device, please pull it out and download it. It is a free app. It was created in 2017 by an amazing team of folks, of employees, one of whom is Saqib. Saqib is a brilliant blind developer. He's also British like me, and he's now living over here in Redmond. It was designed in 2017 to use what was available then, which is cognitive services, which is our artificial intelligence. Taking pictures of menus, of places, of clothes, of people and meeting rooms, and using artificial intelligence to describe what color those clothes are, so you can make decisions on what you want to wear in a more informed way. Of currency, well, many countries now have tactile indicators on currency. The US still doesn't, as do many other countries. And also, recently adding indoor navigation channel, which is a new channel that launched in May. Now, there's a brand new advancement for Seeing AI in the works, which is adding GPT-4 specifically. And this is part of the ChatGPT that you may have heard about. And just to maybe take a step back, where does ChatGPT come from? This comes from a company called OpenAI, which Microsoft is a deep partner of, but they are an independent company. And they came out with ChatGPT around holiday time this year. In fact, my holiday was fascinating because I was getting pings all the way through the period asking about accessibility, what they needed to do, and the potential of some of this technology. ChatGPT-4 gives very detailed descriptions of images. Very detailed to the point where it really can add an incredible layer of information that could be invaluable to many of you and many of the users of Seeing AI. So it's coming soon. There is a beautiful video that's on my profile on my social media, and I'm sure if you look it up on any search engine, Bing is my preference, it will come right up, that really walks through with Saqib showing what that can do as he walks around actually an aquarium with his son here in Seattle. It's also the same technology that many of you may have heard about being embedded into Be My Eyes. And Be My Eyes is an amazing company. It's based over in Europe and headquartered there for many years. It is a company that we've worked with for a long time, again, actually going back to 2017, where Be My Eyes technology we embedded into our technical support process. We do have a free technical support team called the Disability Answer Desk. And now, coming soon, if you call Be My Eyes and you have a technical problem, you have a connection that's not working, and you're not sure where to plug cables in, or there's an error on your screen, Be My Eyes, you can actually already get through, ever since for the last 6 years, you can get through to one of our technical support agents through their specialized help function. Now we're adding GPT-4 into that, so you can take a picture of that situation and allow the technology to describe and potentially help. It's a pilot, we'll see how it goes. Potentially help you to independently solve that issue, whatever it may be. You may not have to speak to a human. Now, if you want to speak to a human, it is available 24/7. Don't hesitate to pick up the call. We take about 13,000 calls a month. It remains just a really important support operation for us. It's actually been running over a decade now. We've taken 1.5 million calls in that time. And the general theory and why I started it was because I wanted every single customer and employee to be able to get online quickly, whether that's you're just getting something new out of the box or there's an issue that's come up and you need some assistance. That's why it began, and that's something that remains an absolute value to that operation since. But we are going to continue to see what we can do to make that even quicker, easier, and more independent for everyone to be able to use and get online as quickly as you can. So I'll be fascinated what you think, and I urge you to give it a try, and also to try out Be My Eyes' own pilot, as they have their own partnership with OpenAI and are leveraging that technology. It's an exciting time, but let me just kind of boil us a little bit back on artificial intelligence, because I've also had many questions about it. And I will say that I'm excited about the potential with artificial intelligence as it gets embedded into many of our products. You may hear the term Copilot, Windows Copilot, Office Copilot, and this is leveraging artificial intelligence to help you to build documents, get to what you need, to get the results you want quicker. So the quickest and best example I can give is you're trying to build a document, you have a list of bullet points and you have your research, or you want to find the research that will help you for your document. If you type that into GPT, and Bing GPT is our engine, it can help you to fill in the gaps. It can pull out research articles that may be relevant, and then you can decide, because it's a co-pilot, you are in control, what is the right thing to embed. For me, I build a lot of decks, I build a lot of PowerPoints, and I can now take my outline or my Word document, I can put it in PowerPoint, and it will create the deck for me. It's going to be an immense time saver, but it is important as we go through to remember 3 key principles, which is what we're staying very grounded to. Number 1, it's got to be accessible. In fact, those standards, the bar of accessibility doesn't shift. In many ways, it goes up. It's got to be an accessible implementation. Number 2, we've got to embed disability data into artificial intelligence. All that artificial intelligence is smart agents that are going through reams and reams and reams of data. If we have data in there and pictures of canes, braille devices, braille readers, it's got pictures of glasses, it's got pictures of anything that you can imagine would be important to your daily life, then it's going to give smarter decisions and recommendations. Data matters, and it must be disability representative. And thirdly, we want to educate, and we need to educate, and we need to innovate going forward. That innovation piece is crucial, and Be My Eyes, the integration with Disability Answer Desk, the Seeing AI are some of the early examples of what you're going to see going forward. But if you have any questions on anything to do with anything I've just spoken about, again, I kind of come back, call Dad, call Disability Answer Desk and tell us what you think. Let me know your feedback. We're always listening. In fact, my happiest times, because I am a bit of an operationalist, and I've been at the company, through many iterations and worked on many different things, but I love hearing your feedback. It's what pivots us daily. It creates our priorities for the coming week, for the month, for the year. It's where you need and want us to invest. We're deeply listening. And we also partner with a number of amazing organizations, including the ACB and also through our non-tech acceleration partnership through many organizations around the world focused on disability and accessibility. It's all about learning, and by doing that, we will be able to raise the bar in accessibility, not just in technology, but in hiring and skilling. So if you want to know anything more about what I've talked about, please check out microsoft.com/accessibility. Look me up on LinkedIn. My name is Jenny Lay-Flurrie, Lay-Flurrie, or check out any number of the online skilling programs that we put on board. In fact, we just opened up, thanks to our partners at LinkedIn, 6 new accessibility skilling courses to help people who may be new to our call gang, who want to learn more about accessibility and more. So do check us out. Do let me know your feedback, and please enjoy the rest of the conference. I look forward to hearing any and all of your thoughts. And I will see you, well, hopefully in a sunny clime soon. Take care. Bye-bye.